What's up, everybody? Dante here, and welcome back to the next video of my video editing / gaming PC build here. Now, this video I'm going to go into pretty much the process of putting it all together and making it all come together and making it actually work for the first time. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in. If you didn't see the previous video, the annotation is right here. So if you want to go check that out, see what parts I got for this build, go ahead and check it out. But first, sit here and watch this video first while you before you go check that out. But I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Go ahead and take a look at how this whole process came together. I hope you enjoy it. Let's go check it out. Now let's start with unscrewing the back of the case itself, the screws on the back, and so you can slide off the side panels. I done seen a lot of videos doing this, so I'm just kind of following suit to what they did. So it seemed like it's easier that way. So I just unscrewed the screws on the back of the case, pulled the side panels off. And then the next part that everybody seems to do that I thought I was going to follow suit was put the power supply in first. Because that seemed like the first thing everybody was doing, so I just did the same thing. And then I screwed the screws on the back, make sure they was tight but not too tight where the screws might break off and things like that. So I didn't have a problem having to find screws if one of them broke. So here's the motherboard right here. I'm pulling out the box right now. And I also got the the CD with the utilities and audio and stuff like that, and the SATA cables and the I/O shields and things like that. So you got everything you need, so you can just rock and roll when it's come to just installing everything that you need. Now the I/O shield, in my opinion, was I thought I was going to break it at first when I was feeling. I was like, this thing going to break when I push it in, but it's pretty solid and sturdy. So when you just push it in, it's going to snap in and lock into place. Like right now, it's just, I swear I was going to break it, y'all, but it didn't break. But I just want you to take a look at some of this engineering right here. Now I know my man Dan, engineer Dan, right now probably looking at this thing. He probably is telling me I could have made you a better motherboard, but hey, I couldn't get to him in time, so I had to go buy one on my own. You know what I'm saying? So next thing that you take off is the retention arm. You pull that back, and that's where you put your CPU at. Now, like I said, I've seen a lot of videos, so I just follow suit to what they did and how they showed me. I figured, like, they done did this enough times to tell me that, just let it sit in there and just let it rest in there properly and just pull the arm and lock it in. And, the next step I did was the RAM. And because I figured that's the next easiest part to do. Now, this is the first thing I've ever done with a computer. I did change the RAM out before, so, you just pull the slot back and make sure your bridge lines up with the RAM, and right then DIMM slot. Just push down, make sure it snaps. And at first you may be a little cautious about doing it because you think you might, bend it or something like that. But you got to push down so it at least snap into place. And you won't have no problems with it after that. It's just easy and simple after that. And now you sit the motherboard down into the case. Now, when I first did this, I thought it wasn't going to line up properly because it just looked like it wasn't. But when you slide it in and it kind of sits right in place and just doesn't move, all you got to do is screw it down after that. And it makes it so easy nowadays because I thought it wasn't going to line up because of the way it was looking. But once I put it in there, set down properly, and just had to screw it tight. Now I want you to look at what I'm about to do now. I'm about to pull the PCIe slots out so I can put my graphics card in. Now, I used the first one because you can put like more than one graphics card in the gaming PC if you want to. But I just used the very top one. So I just slid that in there and let it snap. Got the screw and made sure it lined up in place and tightened it so it won't put no strain on the PCIe slot. And right there, as you can see, just tighten it, and it just, tighten. Don't tighten it too tight. You don't want to make it so you might break off the screw head or something like that. Now, this case, in my opinion, I like because it screws. It doesn't screw in the SSD or the hard drive. You can just slide it in and it snaps into place. But these are the cables all put together now. Hey, my cable management ain't the best now. I'm still working at it. This is my first time around. But this is everything plugged in, ready to roll. I looked over the instructions many times to make sure I did everything right. Make sure everything was plugged into place and where they needed to be. Now, I just need to plug this bad boy out. Turn on that on switch. And get ready to install Windows 8.1. And install my software and all the everything I need. I want to thank you guys for watching. Let's get ready to rock and roll. I'll see you in the next one.